So what is good, people? Welcome to another investing video. In this video, we are continuing our Investing $1 a Day series. This time we are in episode 40, which means we need to have a minimum of $280 invested into each asset. So here we are on our chart. We are going to update this as we go. But the way things were left off from the last episode, we were up on everything, and I'm sure we'll continue to be up as we go through this episode. Hopefully we will be up more. So if we jump into metals, we can see that I currently have $209.22 into gold, $72.28 into silver, for a total investment of $281.50. Let me make sure we're good on that one. 281.5. So my actual value, the value in gold, $276.74. 276.74. So we've actually gone up in gold, and you can see that in the chart here. Gold has been soaring, going up. And for silver, we're at 91.41. 91.41. So we're up in silver as well, for a total value of $368.15. So that gives us a profit of 32% in gold, 26% in silver, for a total value of total profit of 30% in our metals. So we're doing really well in metals. We are at, where are we at? So we're at 281. So we're not currently at 280 yet. So I don't have to put another investment in. I will be doing that in the next episode. But metals have been doing so well over the past year, really. We had a little bit of a dip back in November and December, but now everything is just back up. As you can see, silver still isn't quite in that all-time high. It's not over where it's been in the past, but gold is way up, already surpassing where it was the last peak that it had. So things are looking good in gold. So now let's jump into Robinhood so we can take a look at our stocks. So let me head back to the home page. So for Robinhood, we still have this Bitcoin that we got for free. It was actually $1. So it was $1 when we got it. It's now $2.50. So I think we are at a point where I need to just go ahead and invest this into a stock. So I will put this into excuse me, I'll put it into, I guess I'll put it into Coney. Put it into Coney because that's what I'm investing in right now. But Bitcoin is looking really good. We'll talk more about crypto when we make it to there. Well, let's jump into Starwood Property Trust. So I put $17.06 into Starwood Property Trust. That is now sitting at $22.76. So we are way up there. 22.76. So we have gone up a little bit. That puts us at a total profit of 33.41%. So almost 34% profit. Let's see if we have any dividend payments coming up. So we had a dividend payment January 15th, so just 10 days ago, and it was $4.55. So that was reinvested. So that did bring our total up a little bit. And of course, we have the stock lending payment at the beginning of the month for 1 cent. How many shares do we actually have? So we just have 1 share. I wonder if we had more shares, if we would get a higher stock lending payment. I'll take a look at some of the other stocks and see if that's the case. But this is I believe this is a quarterly dividend. I say at every episode, this is a quarterly dividend stock, so we won't be seeing another dividend for a little while, but that 55 cent is still pretty good. So jumping into our next stock, we're going to be taking a look at EOG Resources. So for EOG, I put in $112.75, and that is sitting at $139.99. So it's way up, 139.99. So we are now sitting at a profit of $27, and it's a 24.16% profit for EOG Resources. If we take a look at the dividends, so the last one was actually that was actually a buy. That wasn't, oh yeah, that was the reinvestment. So we had a 96-cent dividend payout back in October, and that was reinvested. So there should be one coming up. I don't see it here. And oh, wait, here it is right here. So $1.04 is pending. That's going to be on the 31st. So next week, we'll have that dividend paid out. And so that'll be an extra dollar, a nice dollar for free. And this is also a quarterly dividend. So that will be the only one we get for a little while. But we are up in EOG. Now let's take a look at our next stock, which is QYLD. So for QYLD, I invested $56 even, and it is currently valued at $69.77. 69.77. So that did go up a little bit. We are at a $13 profit, $13.77 for a 24.9% increase on QYLD. This one is a monthly dividend, and we do have one coming in. It is 71 cents, and that's for 3.7 shares. So the stock price is $18, and we get a whole 71 cents on dividend payment. It's pretty good. It's pretty good dividend. If we look at the past, we can see that back in January, we actually had a huge payout for $1.25 that was reinvested. And then we got the 1 cent stock lending payment. And so we can see here, even though we have over 3 shares, we're still just getting that 1 cent payment. So it doesn't matter if you have more shares, how much more you get from the stock lending. But all in all, we are up in QYLD. So our next stock we're looking at is Armor Residential REIT. And for our ARR, I put $48.40. And that is currently valued at $46.15. 46.15. So it has gone up since the last episode. We are still down though, so I'm still keeping that in the red. We're down by $2.25 for a loss of 4.65%. So even though we are still down, the dividend payments are still coming in. We have one coming on the end of the month, January 30th, for 60 cents. So as these dividend payments roll in, we will eventually be in profit again. If we take a look at the past, we did get a stock lending payment here for 1 cent. And this is another one where we own more than one share, 2.48 shares. And so, yeah, it's still just 1 cent, even with multiple shares. And our last dividend payment was 59 cents. So we are looking good, getting monthly dividends. And it's actually, the dividend has gone up by 1 cent. So hopefully we can see that go up over and over again each month. But we are down by a little bit in our residential REIT, almost breaking even. But I'm sure in a few episodes we'll finally be up again. Our last stock will be YieldMax Coin, Coney, and we put $35 into Coney, and it is currently worth $51.53. So that is huge. 51.53, huge profit for $16.53, and that's a 47.23% profit. So Coney is doing very, very well. We are making so much in those dividend payments from Coney. Let's take a look at the history. So we got $2.89 back on January 10th. So just a couple weeks ago. That was a huge dividend payout. And we also got the 1 cent stock lending payments from Robinhood, and that was on January 8th. And so hopefully we get another really big one next month. But I'm going to continue to put some money into Coney just because those dividend payments are so huge. It's my highest earner right now. So I'm going to go ahead and execute an order to put $7 into this. And actually, I'm going to sell the Bitcoin and I'm going to put that into this as well. And then we'll jump back in. All right, so I made the order. You can see it right here, $9.48. I didn't get the full 250 from Bitcoin. I just got 48, might have been 49 cent, but we put 948. That's going to be put into YieldMax. And when the market opens up on Monday morning, that will go through. So if we take a look at how things are for stocks, I have $269.21 invested. Current value $330.20 for a profit of $60.99, which is 22.66%. So we got a huge $60 profit on our stocks. So now it's time to jump into crypto. So for crypto, last time we put a bunch into this vault here on Dex Finance, and we can see this is a 100% compound vault. So I'm just keeping everything into there. We have, when we made our deposit, it was 273.69. So that would be this one right here. So it was 274.27. It is currently valued at $286. Can I get that broken down a little bit more? Okay, 286.96. So let's put that in. 286.96 is the current value on Dex Finance, and that gives me a profit of $83.98, which put me up by 41.37%. So that is a huge profit on our crypto. Crypto is just doing incredible right now. So we can see that we do have a 5% yield, 5.68%, which is $15.56. And that's just the yield. And we have a profit and loss of $13.27. So this is going really well. Crypto is doing good right now, especially with everything going on with the US president right now that is actually putting more people into crypto. So hopefully this will keep going up. If we take a look at our Beefy stake, so we got $99.57 deposit into Beefy. We're getting a monthly yield of $18.81, 62-cent daily, and the APY is 888%. So let's see, we got, what is our total value? 99.57. So that's actually gone down, 99.57. And that is, of course, the value of AVAX going down. So with AVAX going down, we have taken a little bit of a loss. And so we'll put that in red. A little bit of a loss with our AVAX stake on Beefy, but the yield should eventually take that back over. So I'm not too worried about it. So what I'm going to do for my move for crypto is I'm just going to put another $7 into Beefy. And I will, of course, do that. I'll do that off camera because it takes a little while to fund my wallet and all that stuff. And then I'll jump back into it. All right, so I am back. I went ahead and made that deposit. That now puts us at $106.68. And I'll change that in the spreadsheet after we're done. So now, quick recap. So with metals, we are up by 30%, 30.78. We have a $86.65 profit on gold and silver. In stocks, we have a $60.99 profit in stocks for a total profit of $22.66%. So we're doing good in that one as well. And finally, on crypto, we have an $80.30 profit for 26.22%. So all in all, we are up really high on everything. We are down on a couple individual investments, but overall, our investments are doing so well that we're just way up on everything. So as always, thank you so much for watching. If you have any ideas on anything you want me to take a look at, any other investments, whether in crypto, stocks, metals that you want me to just give my opinion on, go ahead, leave them in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video.